All right, my friend, Dr. Hurley here. We're on our Eye Care Thursday Minute. I got my good friend, Jake. He is a lab rep from CooperVision Contact Lens Company. But I know Jake is a flat out, he loves to throw Frisbees.
Easy.
You know, so tell me about Frisbees.
Well,
he hates it when I call them Frisbees, but it's Frisbee.
Frisbee is the F word, so we call them discs.
All right.
And we throw discs. We like to disc golf, and any chance we get to get out there and throw a little bit.
Well, that's cool. So hey, if you need to learn how to throw discs out there, just call Jake.
Yep, hit me up.
Anyway, I've known Jake for almost 15 plus years. You've been working for CooperVision. CooperVision, where does CooperVision fit in as far as the category of contact lenses out there? You know,
there's four main manufacturers globally, and globally we actually have more lenses on eyeballs than any other company on the planet. So we're up there.
Yeah.
Right. And so of the big four, we're one that contribute to helping patients see better every day. That's our goal. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah. Make sure that people have better vision daily. And so we do a lot of contacts, and we help out where we can, and have the biggest product portfolio than any company out there.
Fantastic. I know CooperVision has been a big part of our practice. I think we do quite a bit of CooperVision products. I think they have a wide array of different options. Can you kind of tell me where you see contacts at now and where we're at in the future?
Well, it continues to grow, and really the growth has really come from daily contacts. As patients and people understand the convenience and the health benefits and that they get from, and the comfort get from wearing a daily contacts. That's really where the market's going, and so Cooper's right there helping push that along. There's other avenues as well, but I would say that's really where contacts are heading and going, and really that's where they are.
Yeah, I think it's where we want to be. We were talking earlier about kind of the demographics in the market of dailies in the United States versus Europe and Asia. Can you kind of tell us a story there? I think it's kind of an amazing statistic.
Well, we're behind the curve a little bit here in the States. We're, just over a third, 33% daily contact wear. Where in other markets, in Asia specifically, they're close to 90. Most European markets are 60, 70% daily contact wear. Where we're getting there, but we're quite a ways behind.
Yeah.
And there's probably a lot of reasons for that, but as consumers are starting to understand the health benefits and the convenience factor and honestly the pricing is actually a lot more relevant and affordable than it's ever been.
Yeah. I love daily contacts. It's a big part of our practice, and what I found is that my contact lens problems, ulcers, red eyes, allergies to contacts, that goes away for the majority of it when we switch to a daily. I always joke with my patients that, daily contacts is like changing your underwear every day. And I think most people, for the most part, change their underwear every day. I would hope so. But, some don't. They like to hang on to them for a couple weeks. And that's kind of how I liken it to. What is the health benefit you get out of a daily disposable?
Well, think about back to your comment on the underwear. If you were to not change your underwear daily and hold on to that, there would be some health, some negative ramifications to that, correct? Similar with the eye, right? As you're not changing and you're not getting a clean product on the eye every day, similar situation, right? There's going to be some negative ramifications of that. Wherein if we can get a clean lens on that eye every day, it's a clean lens on that eye every day, and that's just, it's the healthiest. I mean, there's not a healthier option in contact lenses.
Right. I'd agree with that. When I get my patients in, they're wearing a monthly lens, and they're going to, Costco, and they're buying these solutions, whether it's an Optifree, BioTrue, or whatnot. The problem I got with those solutions is they have cleaners in them. One of the biggest cleaners that they use is called BAK. It's very toxic to the front of the eye. And then they got preservatives in there. And the problem with those guys is they irritate the eyes. And then patients become intolerant to their contact lens. And then that's really what caused the majority of contact lens dropout, isn't it?
It really is that, and as you have those issues, then the patient then thinks, oh, this isn't comfortable, or this isn't, because those issues manifest as discomfort, right? And once you have discomfort, you think, well, I'm not going to do this anymore because it's not comfortable. It's bothering my eyes, and so then you drop out of contacts and go to other avenues, But contact lenses can be a fantastic option for people to see well and still be able to have that comfort, and especially for different activities or whatever they might be doing. It just might be the best option for them.
Yeah. I think one of the things that people struggle with on daily disposables is the cost aspect. I think you have to kind of look at it at two different aspects. Your cost deal, but you also got to look at it as a value. What is the best value for the patient? Daily disposables cost more money up front. But the thing that you have to realize is you're not using solution, and so you're not going to the store once a month and buying those solutions. So that in turn kind of saves you about $150 a year. How can people understand that that value relationship in a daily?
Well, it's hard. You mentioned the solutions. They're probably not thinking about that as a cost.
Yeah.
Right. They're thinking of the contact lens cost.
Part of their groceries.
Yeah, it's part of their groceries. They're not seeing that $10-15 a month that they're spending on that, and so when you factor that in, Jason, you're absolutely right that you remove that cost. Or let me better say that you put that cost in with the solutions, and now we're really in that ballpark of what a daily lens is going to cost you. And then to be fair, the cost of a daily contact has come down a lot. Mm-hmm. It's come down dramatically in the last 10 years, and often a patient's going to be paying a lot less for a nice daily contact than they're aware of than they think they're going to.
I think that's just a big hurdle they can overcome, and we can help them. My staff works with you guys to help you submit your insurance. We help you with the rebates, and our contact lenses, we just kind of monitor the costs that are out there in the environment, and we keep them very competitive out there. The next thing I want to kind of talk to you about is I'm getting up there in birthday candles, and I'm over here grabbing my reading glasses. But there's a great option in contact lenses. One of my favorite contact lenses that I use for people that want help to see distance, but also some help up close is called the MyDay Multifocal. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I can, and it's funny that you mentioned that because I'm also getting up there in birthday candles, and as are all my friends and family that I associate with, and what I get all the time is they say, "Well, Jake, I can't wear contacts anymore because they don't have what I need. I have to go to readers."
Right.
Well, that's just not the case. The technology with multifocal contacts has come a long way in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And there's a really good chance that there's a perfect option for most patients out there. They just need a little more awareness of that and to speak with you, Doc, and understand kind of what that's going to look like. But essentially what we can do with the contact lens is give you distance everywhere or give you a correction at every distance that you need it at, right? So you'll be able to see when you're driving, you can see when you're on your phone, and you can be able to see the computer when you're working. We can give you that at every level with the contact lens now, where we might not have been able to do that as effectively years ago.
Yeah, it certainly makes it simple. Like I said, MyDay's my favorite. Again, it's a daily disposable, so it's great that way. But it has so much customization. I can change powers in dominant eye and the non-dominant eye. I can give you more reading power. You'll come in and say, hey, Dr. Hurley, I can see my computer screen, but I struggle here at the phone. And so then we just have to change that power up a little bit. Where do you see us, changes in the multifocal department going?
Well, it's hard to predict, but we're going to get better and better. What we want to do is we want to make sure that you can really have all the vision and that you want and need. And we've made some strides. The MyDay right now, in my opinion, is the best multifocal design on the market. And honestly, it's the only new multifocal design to come out in the last 10 years. Yeah. And I think with that, you're going to see now a lot of other new designs come to market. I think that's a good thing.
Sure.
Right? Like as we can kind of advance technology and get more designs in multifocal that can really help us to have what we need. Because let's be honest, when you get those birthday candles, it's an issue. And for those that know what we're talking about, and they need to have a remedy for that.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than going out to the restaurant with your wife, and you're sitting in a dimly lit a restaurant and trying to read the menu.
And you're pulling your phone out with the flashlight.
Flashlight? Oh,
I've never done that.
never.
Maybe yesterday.
I probably never do that, you know.
Yeah.
I guarantee I've done that, and it's a very common problem. Where do you see, as far as contact, do you see it heading more that keep going with the daily market and continuing with that?
Absolutely. You know what? We're not going to look back when it comes to daily contact. It's just proven to be the most healthy, the most convenient, the most comfortable. And now that we can manage costs better, I don't see that slowing down at all. In fact, I only see it picking up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping in the next 4, 5, 6 years, we're right there with the Asian and the European markets, and we're seeing 60, 70, 80%.
Yeah.
And the reason why I would want to see that and why you would want to see that is because we know if that's the case, we've got a lot of healthy eyeballs.
Right.
It's just that the eye health is going to be dramatically improved if we get to that.
Yeah. And for my case, it just decreases the chance of sores on the eyes, dry eyes. My dry eyes decrease dramatically. If somebody's wearing a contact lens and they come in for a dry eye evaluation, the first thing I do is switch them out of a monthly contact lens, put them right into a daily, because we're getting rid of that product. Jake, I want to thank you for coming, hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
Cooper Vision's been a great part of my practice, and it's helping people see better and giving them healthy choices. So I want to thank you, and thanks for coming.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.